Hello Scorpio, welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, maybe Venus, depending on the direction of the reading. There is an extended at the end. I will look into the blind spot, the unknown stuff of whatever this reading turns out to be. I'm going to get into it. I'm going to say my Scorps, my naughty with a dash of nice. What a confounded mess. Your cards were like pre-shuffling. It was like a disaster. Actually, they were like falling all over the floor and on the table, and they wouldn't, I don't know what's going on. I hope they got it out of their system. There we go. Frequency shift. That's exactly what we needed to do here. I actually brought in my singing bowl. I really tried to like do an extra cleansing of the energy here. Okay, let's say there's a shift and a change of mind. Oh, that's nice. I don't know what you know what I like. Being a Gemini is like, you can change your mind. Why not? Well, not Gemini rising. I sympathize with that. Like, yeah, change your mind. Like, you know what? One day it's this, the next day it's that. One day it's good, the next day it's bad. Who knows? But there's a change of mind here and a frequency shift. Isn't that interesting? So which one affected what? Did the egg come before the chicken or the chicken before the egg? Because look at it. It's kind of the same thing. A little tiny sort of bit. A change of mind and a frequency shift. I think the change of mind changes the frequency because I think you dictate what frequency you're going to resonate at, right? So your change of mind will affect your frequency because you're thinking. You think yourself into being, and by thinking yourself into being, you create your world ahead of you. So how that world is created is what frequency you're resonating at. I'm going to tell you that, like, right? So, yeah, you are growing and expanding to find wish fulfillment and clarity and happiness and warmth. The Fool. That's an interesting shift. The Fool and going out. Those, both the Three of Wands and the Fool are like an Aries energy. Change of mind and frequency shift. Interesting. This is what the Millennium Thoth deck, and you can see this is why I don't use reversals, because I'm a little bit of a messy shuffler. That's okay. Jackson Pollock was a messy painter. Is it okay? See what comes out here. I have a feeling these cards are going to talk to us about the cards that just came out for you from the Return of Spirit Oracle deck. If they don't, I will dig into that for you. Two of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Eight of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and Eight of Wands. There's your shift. Or the Five of Pentacles at the bottom. The gears are not turning, right? In this, the chains are all rusted. There's no movement. Ace of Wands, things are reversed underneath it. So we're just sitting with the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. I'm actually, oh, that's interesting. I wonder why. I don't know. I was told to stop pulling cards there. So this is in the middle, so there's a reason for that. It doesn't have a mate, a card to go with it here. The Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. This is kind of being indecisive about what should you do. Nah, maybe I shouldn't go. Maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe I should. No, I don't think I will. I think I should go the other way. I'm not sure. Should I go into the unknown or should I try to find wish fulfillment? Maybe wish fulfillment is in the unknown, but I don't really know. Boy, maybe need a frequency shift on that. Okay, the Eight of Cups. This Eight of Cups seems to have created the frequency shift, which is very brilliant, Scorpio. Your Eight of Cups, right? I'm going to remove myself from outside sources, outside stimuli, things that I connect to emotionally, from the past, in my present. I'm going to disconnect from that. Because I need to change, I need to get my frequency in here. Like, you're not tuning in. You're not tuning in. Interesting, when I was doing the pre-shuffle, I said the cards kept falling out. and I was just falling out, like falling out all over the floor, and I had to get down and look under the table and make sure I wasn't missing any. It was like a kerfuffle. It was a real kerfuffle. And one of the cards, actually no, in the card Intuition and Divinity came out a couple times during the pre-shuffle, and I was actually surprised that I didn't see them here. Yeah, they're not, but they were there during the pre-shuffle when things were a bit of a kerfuffle. So maybe your intuition, you need, like, I get this too with the Eight of Cups, because you're trying to silence a lot of other things so that you can focus on what you need to focus on, and you can really hone in and understand what's going on for you here. The Queen of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. This is solid energy. This is really solid energy. This is really grounded, really fruitful, having ideas, growing and expanding, making movement, communication. That's great. There we go. There's a nice frequency shift. There's a change of mind. So let's see what just from the regular tarot. I'm shaking my head because I keep getting this message to pull this out. To pull this out. So I started reading Cartomancy, the regular playing cards. I've got notes and stuff on the cards. I'm just not, someone is nagging at me to pull them out, and I don't know that I'm ready to do that for you guys in a reading. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Strangest splits too. The strangest. This is just the strangest reading in terms of the cards, like doing things on their own here. The Six of Swords. There you go. Yeah, because you're trying to get to a better place. There's Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. I don't know whether to go or to stay or to move backwards or move forwards or go left or go right. I don't know what to do. You just want to get to a better energy, but you're not sure how to do that. But this Eight of Cups, what does this tell me? It's just a Tower moment. Okay. I wonder what that's going to be. Oh, look. The Three of Swords and the Hermit. The High Priestess is underneath. This is a very... the right word for it is a little bit spooky. And I don't mean spooky like scary. I mean like spooky like there's some sort of energy here that's different. I've come into a different energy than I've come into before doing these readings. And I've been doing them a while now. Well, some people have been doing this for years. I've been doing these YouTube readings for almost a year and a half. Not really a year and a half. I don't know. But there's something peculiar about the energy in this reading. There's something peculiar about the pre-shuffle because the camera was here. The lens was open. I just hadn't turned it on yet. I don't know. And this is really bringing it through for me. The whole intuition and divinity cards that kept coming out during the pre-shuffle. There's something is trying to communicate. I'm almost literally like, this is not so much the cards in this reading. Maybe that's the key here for me reading this for you guys. Because the cards have been a kerfuffle. And there's something about them. I know I'm going to get a comment saying, oh, you need to clean the cards. You need to, the cards are fine. I do all sorts of stuff. I got crystals everywhere. Flinging bowls. Smudge sticks, you name it. There's something peculiar about the energy of this reading. And I'm sitting here, I'm waiting as you're being patient because, well, what have I been called to? I'm going to use it and I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know how this is going to go. And I try to be somewhat professional. Good, no, I'm a silly pants. I'm gonna pull my and I'm gonna pull them out here. Okay, so what, you know, you're looking at the cards, you're like, well, Cindy, what do you see with these cards? I see here that something is shaking you out of an Eight of Cups. I think you're still in the Eight of Cups, to be honest. It's sitting here in the forefront. It's in the middle. It's on its own. Pulled away from things. There's a Tower moment coming towards you. It's likely going to change your frequency and your mind. The Queen of Pentacles is very, very grounded energy. I'm kind of getting the message of the Queen of Pentacles that this energy is being established by this. This is kind of put into an isolation, the Hermit. Right? The Hermit sitting there with the Eight of Wands. These are two very contradictory cards. The Queen of Pentacles is someone that you would imagine to have home life. It's very motherly, very wifey, very smart business, managing the money. It's that, but yet it's sitting with a broken heart with the Three of Swords. And then we have the Eight of Wands, which is a desire for movement. It's a desire for communication. This is a whole bunch of lightning bolts expanding and moving, right? And it hits the Hermit. Like, what's going on? What's going on? I really, like, there's something really odd about this reading, Scorpio. I've walked into some of just the strangest darn energy here. I'm going to pull some cards on the Tower moment. This Tower moment is in the forefront. For whatever reason, I pulled 5 cards actually, which is an uneven number. And I don't usually. And what do we have here? The Three of Indecisiveness regarding money, which may lead to arguments and legal issues. The Three of Diamonds. There's something coming here, guys. You know, this is not going to be one of those cuddly, lovey, there's another 3. Three of Hearts, a third wheel, indecision, or lack of commitment in a relationship. There's 2 3s here, sitting with this Tower moment. And both of these are indicating, there is some sort of indecision, and it is based on finances, and there's some sort of third wheel energy, and it could lead to arguments. This feels like it could be a very specific message for someone, guys. So someone is you might be dealing with someone who's very pulled away. Someone's coming to a revelation here with the Tower moment. And I'm going to tell you, like, there's going to be some sort of conflict here with both of these 3s. Three of Hearts is a little bit like the Three of Swords. Like the third wheel, the broken heart. Let's get a card on this Three of Hearts over here. A card on a Three of Hearts. The Three of Swords, I should say. That's interesting. The Eight of Hearts. And this is about like something, like some sort of social event. It doesn't have to be a party. It's just a gathering where there's a lot of people. And you will meet somebody here. There's a potential for business and romance. There is a shakeup coming. There is a big frequency shift coming. That's all I don't know what this is. I feel like we're trying to get, I honestly feel like I'm trying to get a reading into some sort of energy here. Somebody needs to hear some sort of message that's coming to the video, but it's really being like, the information is not easily coming out, which tells me you are going towards some sort of big change and you're going to need to make a decision. And the universe doesn't like to divulge too much information when you're approaching a decision like that, because there's karmic cycles. We're always in karmic cycles, but this one in particular is very important in your journey. In terms of you needing, the cards are falling into my area. This is just, it's almost like something doesn't quite want me to do the reading. I really get that. This energy right now. The cards just want to fall all over the place. It's being, and you know, this is because this is really in your face and direct, the cardomancy. I really find that. Where tarot can be, it is reading energy. And I'm still, learning on this, to be honest, guys. Like, I've only been working with it for about a week. And that's not like steadily and heavily. That's why I'm using my deck with the notes. If there's something here that even has caused you to pull away, and, you know, if we're talking about indecisions about money, legal issues, and then we're also talking about third wheel energy that's leading to indecisions. There's some sort of a lack of a commitment, or that's moving away. Like, I want to say that it's almost as if somebody's had some sort of a breakup, and you could be in a point of making decisions about how to split things up evenly. Because the Queen of Pentacles, like, that's an energy she would be that person, right? She or he is a feminine aspect. So it is a very nurturing element to being the King or Queen of Pentacles. But it's usually somebody who has a home, has a family, they're balancing that, they're maintaining it, they're looking after it. But there's a Three of Swords here. There's another three. There's 3 threes here. However, there's something here, an important social event coming where you will meet with an important business or romantic connection or connections with this 8 of Hearts. And as I said, I'm still learning this deck. There might be more to this 8 of Hearts. It's a little bit like the 8 of Cups, which is sitting here. This could be something from the past that caused distance. And there was something going on in the background that you weren't aware of. There was something going on in the background that you weren't aware of. There is definitely correction coming for this 3 of Swords. That I can tell you. That I can tell you. What is this 8 of Wands? Look at, 8, 8, 8, 3, 3, 3. Really interesting synchronicities going on here, guys. Okay. 8 of Wands. Another freaking 3. The 3 of Clubs. Immense creativity, but also stress associated with the creative process. So this is kind of like a growth and expansion, but it's also talking about, you know, growth and expansion is also sort of stressful and even creative, because you're not just utilizing the mind, you're allowing the creative, deeper self of you to come forward here. There's some sort of growth. This is really growing and expanding, right? There's some sort of social event. I feel like I'm doing like full-on cartomancy tarot reading right now. This is not a spiritual reading. This is telling you to happen. There's some sort of social event. You're going to meet someone. You're going to connect with someone. This is either business related or romantic related, or both, even somehow. And with this 8 of Wands, like, this is the movement towards that. So who's the Hermit? Because this is moving you towards immense creativity. This is basically a story, right? Like, there's a big change of mind and a big frequency shift here. This is a story of energy that was not doing anything except being confused and being stuck and trying to make choices and decisions and going back and forth on it. And then here in the middle, we kind of get like something happened. There was a pulling away, needing to look at things, but something was going on in the background in a situation that was likely part of this Tower moment that you are not aware of. Things do not, so something from your past may not be, it's not as it appeared to be, I'm getting. It's not as it appeared to be. There was something else going on. So whether this is like something you were doing at work, or something going on with a family member, or a partner or spouse, or a love interest, a friend, whatever that is for you, there's something that wasn't, and there's a correction coming, almost like getting information, or it becoming clear when you go to this social event. And I don't want to say a social, it's not just a party, like it could be anywhere where there's a group of people. It could be at work, it could be at school, it could be oh, you know what's interesting? I'm going to a book club meeting. I'm going to my first book club meeting in 6 months with our book club. We're all going to sit, you know, on a big deck, kind of far away from each other. But like that's a sort, because there's like 6 or 7, there's 6 of us there, right? So it's like, it can be something like that. The immense creativity. And see, this is where it changes. These 3s are difficult. These 2 3s over here are very difficult. And they're associated with the 8 of Cups and the Tower moment. This, and it's fascinating. Because look at the change. These 2 8s change, right? This is an 8 where everything is pulled away. You're pulled away. Someone's pulled away. Not engaging in energy. This is completely different. This is expanding. This is wanting to move. It is moving. It is communicating, right? And this 8 is associated with the good 3. This is a good 3. There's going to be some stress because even when good things come into your life, you still have to learn to incorporate them into your life. So there is some stress there. And it is a reminder with that card. Now, and these 2 3s are not good. You see how that's reading? That is fascinating. That is really fascinating. Okay, the Hermit. I want to know more about this Hermit card. The Hermit. Two cards came out for the Hermit. Ooh. I don't know. I know. Oh. Wow. You got the 6 of Clubs and the 5 of Spades. Your intuition is on point. Trust it to receive great benefits. What did I say? When the cards, the pre-shuffle, guys, there was the intuition and the divinity. It's crazy. And now you're getting soon moving on. So the 5 of Spades, I know spades are not easy. Spades are difficult cards. Soon moving on and leaving behind what you know. Like there's a big change. Guys, I'm almost getting like goosebumps. I'm almost getting goosebumps, guys. There's a big change happening. There is the end. Could be the end of a job. Could be the end of where you're located. It could be the end of a relationship. But it kind of feels like something was trying to end over here. Wow. Interesting, eh? Maybe we should use the cartomancy more often. Okay, frequency shift. I'm all over this now. The frequency shift. The frequency shift, although it's kind of apparent in the cards that have come out. So yeah, of course, nothing's going to come out now, right? The frequency shift. The frequency shift. Of course, nothing's going to come out because it just explained it. Yeah, I know. I understand. Absolutely. Okay, so yeah, like, you get it, right? Like, trying. This is the desire, like, trying to make a choice to move, and it's like feels like my only choice is just to run away from whatever this is, but yet I don't want to. I want to go into good energy. I want back and forth, right? It's just not working. This is not working. This is there's some sort of problems with communication here, but yet these feel like things that you may not have known about. So they may have been affecting someone that you were connecting with or dealing with. This is interesting. This social, I'd be curious to see what happens here because it seems to be something that almost corrects. Like this energy shouldn't really be in that. This is a very stable, grounded energy. But there's something here almost like coming in to correct it. Because if this is appearing with the 3 of Swords, I would almost want to see another card that shows us going back a bit. Like maybe being a Page of Pentacles or a Knight of Pentacles. Or a 9 of Pentacles, right? Almost like something coming in to correct it. And there's going to be a big creative process. All I can say is, I mean, it's going to be a little different for everybody. But Scorpio, this is going from an energy that was very difficult. There is a huge, this is like a really big frequency shift. And maybe that wouldn't have come through as clearly using the card. Like, there's something really weird about the energy in this reading. And I've had that happen all the time with Scorpio, but not like this. There's a big shift. And I want to really say, like, your life is going to change in a big way. This 5 of Spades with the 6 of Clubs. Like your intuition is on point. Trust it to receive great benefits. And what is at the bottom here but the High Priestess? You may be getting like downloads or information or intuition or dreams, or you just know something. Don't doubt yourself here. And maybe some of the doubt is because maybe you can realize how big this is. Leaving behind what you know. I want to get a clarifier on the 5 of Spades. I'm going to, like, what is this really, what you're leaving behind, what you know? When I hear that, I think of like everything. It's a little bit like the 10 of Swords coming in, like how you knew yourself, how others knew you, what your life was, where it was going. I was like, that's all, like, dead, starting again. What is this leaving behind what they know for Scorpio? Leaving behind. The Hanged Man and the Knight of Cups. I kind of feel like, right, because the Hanged Man is a little bit like the Hermit. It's almost as if it's coming in to tell us like that energy is finished. This Knight of Cups. Maybe there's someone you've been dealing with that hasn't been moving here. Because, right, like look at the energy here. The Hermit is moving towards this card. And this is the creative, is the expanding creative process here. Almost like another energy coming into your expanding creative process. But it comes forward with like gestures of emotions and feelings with the Knight of Cups. Wow, the Queen of Wands is at the bottom. I'm going to do, you know what, I want to do your 5 of Pentacles. Because that, with what's being told here, is a kind of energy that I could see this card with this being in. Like no longer being in a connection, no longer having the family, the home, feeling left out in the cold. I'm going to do it with my, maybe next week I'm using these cards. I don't know. Scorpio, you set a new precedent. The 5 of Pentacles. Look. You got it's a good card. Good card. You got the 2 of Hearts, which is like the 2 of Cups. A union of hearts. Spend quality time with the person you love. Wow. The massive change, Scorpio. That's all I can say. What's at the bottom here? The Queen of Hearts. Wow. A female lover or fantasy, which may indicate marriage. May represent a mother or pregnant woman. So now that's one of the things I'm still trying to figure out with these cards. Because with the tarot, you can be very flexible with masculine and feminine energy. We can all be in and out of it. And I want to assume that is also the case for the playing cards. But, you know, all the information that I'm reading so far, it keeps talking about like this is a woman. But I want to say that this is sort of like someone who's in their feminine element, their nurturing element, the yin energy. Is like crazy. A huge shift. This is almost like going from feeling like you have no options, like things have all failed in the past, to all of a sudden you're in a Disney movie. It's like that Scorpio. Going from the deepest, darkest depths of the unknown into clarity and understanding. And oh, I could go do the extended. What the heck is the blind spot? This is all. I wonder how hard that's going to be, because this was not easy. This was weird, huh? This was a weird reading, Scorpio. It's fascinating though, isn't it? I don't know how you guys felt about it. I thought it was quite fascinating the way this is coming out. And sometimes I feel like too, like this is the way you gotta, with these, right? Like you practice on yourself, you practice and practice. So you just gotta get on the bike and shoot it down the hill and hope you don't fall off here, break your neck, right? Kind of like you just got to jump in and use these. Something was nagging at me to use them. And it gave a very, very clear message here. I'm kind of excited. All right. Stop with that. That was your reading. That was very interesting. I'm going to go do the extended and see what the blind spot is. So, until next time, my Scorps. be gentle with yourselves, by